Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're doing Roxy's Weekly Challenge. Week something or other. Week 20, maybe, or 21. I haven't written it down because I've only just got back from my holiday. And I just thought it was a lovely afternoon. We just flew in, we just got home this afternoon. And I thought it would be really nice just to come in and have a chat and do the challenge and catch you up on what's been happening. And I haven't a clue what. I know we're making labels, we're making stamped labels, that's all I know. But I'll put it in the description box, obviously. So I've got a variety of stamps here with labels on. I've got one of these big ones, similar to the sort of thing that Rachel used in her video. And I've got a few other little ones from different sets. I have got a few bits of ephemera and book page and things like that. And some digitals. I'm not going to make loads. I'm not going to make anything like as many as Rachel did because I don't need that many, but I'm going to make a few and have a chat with you while I'm doing it. That's the plan. So let's get started. Right. So I think what I'll do is I'll do some stamping and then I'll chat when I'm cutting them out. How would that be? And I'll fill you in a bit more as the next few videos come along. I don't want to confuse you, but the Friday's video I've already filmed. So when I filmed that, I hadn't gone yet. So it's going to be a bit out of sync just because I can't film Roxy's Weekly Challenge ahead because I never know what it's going to be, of course. So let's do, I think I'll just get this under here because I've got this nice piece of book page and I want to use this big one, but it won't cover the whole thing, so I thought I might just do that. And we'll go with some green. This is library green, so I think I'll just do a bit of that. Let's just see how we go. I will only try and ink the part that I think will fit. And let's have a play. We have done something similar to this before, but I think last time we just did it blank and then filled them in afterwards or stamped inside them afterwards. I can't remember, it was quite a while ago. So I've still got some of those left, I think, that I made before. Oh, they haven't come out terribly well, some of them better than others. Alright, that's those. And what shall I do with this one? Maybe I'll use a couple of the smaller ones. Let's just wipe this off for the moment. Oh, I know what she did. She stamped on something, didn't she, so that it was come out better. Forgot about that. I might use my foam pad. Oh, I can get it. I think she used a book. Maybe this will work. I've got this foam pad. Maybe I'll do it on there. Okay, and got a couple of Tim Holtz label stamps here, so I'm going to use brown. As the script or the writing is in blue, I thought the brown would show it up better. So let's do that one. I'm going to do it up here. Yep, not very straight though, unfortunately. And stamp it off up here. Let's do. Try and get it a bit straighter this time. One. And stamp it off there. I've got a long narrow one. Will that fit on here? I think it might. So I think this is from a little Kaisercraft stamp set that I've got. Just hope it fits on there properly. Just about. And And let's have a go with this one and do it vertical. Like that. Okay, don't know how they turn out when I've cut them out, but we will see. They never turn out as well as Rachel's do. Okay, let's do a little bit of some sort of book page. Shall I try this one again? Maybe I'll do the other side. Okay, I'll do a blue. Just make sure I clean this up a bit more. So I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. As I say, we've had our weekend away, and it was really good. We really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure how much I was going to enjoy it, because just before, a couple of days before we left, my knee decided to swell up and be really painful to walk on. And that's pretty much stayed with me the whole weekend. I mean, I was still feeling it today on the way home. It wasn't as bad, but I really thought it was going to ruin my weekend. But I mean, it wasn't easy to walk on. The first couple of days were really uncomfortable. And we did quite a bit of walking. We stayed in a small town. We stayed in Bonn, which used to be the capital of Germany. Very small town. So luckily, not too onerous to walk around. But nevertheless, it wasn't easy at the beginning. Right, so that's that one. Still not getting some of the edges. Some of them are turning out better than others. Let's see, what else have I got? Oh, I've got this one. It's a pretty one. I do like this blue. It's this cobalt blue. Do that one there. It's a nice one. And okay, what else can we do? Sorry, keep breaking off my train of thought to do the stamping. So it's probably better if I chat while I'm cutting, because I haven't got to keep stopping and thinking what I'm going to do next, do I? All right, I'll just do that. Sorry about the banging noise. And I want a nice one here. Got a couple of small ones. Maybe I'll do this one. It's another one of the Tim Holtz ones. They do stamp nicely, these Tim Holtz ones. Right, those. I've got this lovely script. I would like to do some more of these, just because it's quite good to do a few at the same time. What colour shall I do these? I'll try some red, I think. So let's see what we can do. Trying to find a way to get it to stamp evenly. I'm going to do it there, I think. See if this helps to me to give a bit of leverage to it. I don't know if it will, because this is don't know if that's helping really. Let's see what we get. I don't have a little stamp on this paper. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that's come out okay. And what else can I stamp on? I need another big piece. Let's go for some digitals. I've got this digital ledger, so I might do that in the, oh, what have I got? I've got some Memento Teal Zeal. Let's see what that turns out like. Oops, put the lid back on this one before I put my elbow in it. Okay. Now I'll do the bigger side. Right. See if this comes out. Okay, yep, like that. And let's do the same again. Let's do some green ones again, because the other green ones didn't come out brilliantly. And this time I'm going to do the other side. Alright, so let's try that one. Okay. Yep. Okay, and we will do a couple of extras. Oop, there, wasn't it? Didn't realise I'd left it to come off its lid. Put my fingers right in it. Lovely. Right, let's just try that again. I'm going to do a little one of these because I can see a nice date that I might be able to incorporate. And one more. I think I probably don't need to do many more, and I'll have loads to cut up, won't I? One more there. Okay. And I'm going to do this nice little square one. Lovely. And I think I'll do that again in blue. I do like that one. That's it. And let's make them bestial. Mind you, cutting that one out is going to be interesting, isn't it? Let's do... No, don't think I want to do any more on there. Let's just put those up there. Just put all the ones I've actually done in a little pile, ready for cutting out. Now let's do something a little bit more pretty. Okay. And let's have this long one. No, I don't want that colour this time. I would like the, where are we? Let's have the teal one. Yes. And let's do a green one. Put that on there for a moment. It's so easy to get carried away with these, isn't it? End up with loads and loads. And I'm going to do a red one just to complete the set. Okay. That one. What have I got? That's a nice piece. Good. Colour do I want? Do a green. Yes. And I will do, where's the other little, there it is, the other little one. I'll do a red one in that. Okay. Ooh, that didn't come out very well. See if I can get it back on the same spot. Yeah, not too bad. Bit of a smudge in the middle though. Yes, have to watch that. Not a good one, I'll do that again. Let's try one more. Not press so hard. I don't want the red in the middle. Still didn't get that colour at the top. Okay, that's not going too well. Okay, let's do one more on this page, on this little piece, or maybe two more. I'd like a brown one. Oh yes, that's nice. Okay, I think that will do for that. And one last go with the big one. I'm going to use, I think, that one. And maybe this one will have a bit more variety. Do that one. And Trying to decide what colour. Blue, I think. Got to get the whole thing on this one, I think. Maybe even twice, I don't know. Right. Right, let's see if we can get all of this out to print out or stamp out, whatever the phrase is. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's have a look. Not too bad. Not perfect. Ooh, a little hole there. Oh, look, let's do a set in green as well. These they don't all punch out as well as I'd like, but they're not too bad. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this little set here. Okay. Yep, they look interesting. Right, I think we better pack these up and start cutting some out. Right, let's start cutting some of these out now. So even though I didn't do that, it didn't feel like I did very many, it didn't take very long, there's still quite a lot here. So I'm going to just try and just cut them out and see how they look. So yes, our trip to Bonn was lovely. We did enjoy it. We were very lucky with the weather because all the forecasts before we went suggested we were going to get a lot of rain and possibly some thunderstorms. And on our anniversary, it looked pretty well to start with. Just as we got there, it looked like it'd be a nice day. And then as the day drew closer, the weather sort of on the forecast, you know, on our weather apps, it was looking worse and worse and worse. So we weren't very optimistic, and we had umbrellas at the ready and spare trousers in case we got wet and things like that. But in the end, it was an absolutely glorious day. We had a plan before we went. We had 3 full days there. So the first day we spent in Bonn, just wandering around, seeing some of the places that I remembered from when I was a student many years ago in the 1970s. And particularly the university itself, because I did spend 3 months there. 4 months? 3 months? 4 months. Not doing much, I don't think. But yeah, it was all about just having the experience, I think, for us, because it was a short trip. But yeah, it was a lovely time, and it was nice to bring back some of those memories. And then the Saturday we spent in Cologne, because Richard was very keen to see the cathedral, which of course I had seen, but I was really happy to revisit it because it's such an amazing building, this big Gothic cathedral. So if you've ever seen pictures, I think pictures don't do it justice, really. It is on such a massive scale, this cathedral. But I was a bit worried because my knee had been so painful, and it was wearing, walking around with a knee that hurt. was wearing, and we did walk quite a lot on the day we travelled out there because, you know, airports are tiring. You'd have to walk for miles just to get anywhere. And then we did a lot of walking around Bonn. But as it turned out, the cathedral was right next to the station. So we went by train, and it was right next to the station, so that was handy. And again, the weather was amazing, much nicer than we thought it was going to be. Certainly was not predicted to be dry at all that day. But it was beautiful. We sat outside and had a bit of lunch, and it was just lovely. And that was the only time we got caught in the rain, was on the way home from that trip. As we walked back from Bonn station to the hotel, which wasn't far, which I was relieved, you know, I was happy about, because my niece was still giving me some grief. We got absolutely drenched. Well, I have to say, I mean, we did have umbrellas, so we weren't wet from the head down, but from the bottom half of our trousers weren't protected, so we had to come home and change our trousers and our socks. But that was fine, because when you're going back to your hotel, you don't mind it so much. It was going out I didn't want to get wet, because then you're in it all day, aren't you, in your wet clothes. Yeah, so that was fine, and we really enjoyed that trip. Visited the old market and just had a little wander around, and it was really lovely. Had that bit of lunch, came back, and then we went out for a meal in the evening. A very nice Italian restaurant. And then Sunday was our anniversary, and we'd always planned to do a boat trip, a river cruise down the Rhine. We love a boat trip. Whenever we go on holiday, if we possibly can, if we're anywhere near water, we will book ourselves some sort of boat trip, even if it's a little ferry crossing or some short trip. But we were hoping to find a way to do a Rhine, a trip down the Rhine, and stop off and have some lunch and then travel back. And that's what we were able to book. So it was you picked up the ship, or yes, I mean, it wasn't a huge ship, huge boat, not like a normal cruise boat, of course, but very comfortable, lovely. So picked that up at what time did that leave? 10:30, and we arrived. We went down the Rhine to a little town, really pretty little town called Linz. That was about just 2.5 hours, no, a bit less. And then we'd already pre-booked a restaurant there. The restaurant was sitting right on the water. And any minute now we were waiting for the clouds to come over, because they had been saying it was going to be stormy and thunder, wet. No, it was beautiful. So we sat on the terrace having our lunch in the sunshine. It was fabulous. It was such a lovely way to spend our anniversary, because it's one of our favourite things to do, is to have a river, boat trip, and then to be able to sit. There was like an awning, but we were sitting outside and we had a really lovely meal, and just sat there and sipping wine and looking at the river and watching the boats go by. It was just wonderful. And then we sat there for most of the time we were there, and then went and got on the boat and came back. And it was just a beautiful day, and it was still lovely and sunny when we got back to Bonn. It kept threatening, and then nothing happened, the weather. So we ended up sitting in the Münsterplatz, which is the cathedral place, cathedral square. Although they call because theirs isn't such a grand cathedral as some, although I think it's a really lovely one. It's been downgraded to a basilica, apparently, which is, I think basilica is a perfectly good name for it, and it's a nice place. It's a lovely square, and we sat there and had a drink, and yeah, it was a lovely end to the day. We stayed in a very nice hotel. It's quite an old building, and it doubles as an old people's home, which which seems a bit strange, but you weren't really aware that there were very elderly people staying there. I don't know how elderly they are. I think they must be quite well off elderly people, because it's quite a smart sort of a old people's home, and because it doubles as a hotel, it's really quite nice. And yeah, that was worked quite well. It wasn't too far to walk to get to places, although, as I say, it was a bit of a struggle, certainly for the first couple of 2-3 days. Only really started to feel a bit better yesterday, which was our anniversary. And I didn't have to do a lot of walking anyway, because we were on the boat all day. But so it was good to not push it too hard that day. And then today, it was feeling okay this morning, because today we came home. But the more walking around the airport we had to do, airports, honestly, you seem to have to walk to miles to get anywhere. By the time I'd walked for a long, long way at Cologne Airport to get to the gate, my knee was really playing me up again. And then back at Stansted, we had to walk quite a long way to get back to the car. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be in any hurry to do it again for a little while. It just seems such hard work trying to go anywhere by plane these days. I don't know. We're getting old. So yeah, it was a lovely weekend, but I could have really done without the knee issue. It really put a bit of a downer on things for both of us, really, because I think we'd have done a lot more exploring of Bonn if I hadn't been hobbling the whole time. And it's nearly there. It's better, but not completely better. It's feeling better than it was, shall I say. But it's still got a little way to go for me to feel like it's back to normal. Right, this could take a while, so I don't know how much of this you're going to want to watch. This is just tedious stuff, just cutting out little labels. Oh, and the other thing that happened this weekend, it was my daughter's hen weekend. Because as I've mentioned, I'm sure, many times, my oldest daughter's getting married in June. And so this was her hen weekend that my other daughter was instrumental in organising, along with the other bridesmaids. I think they all did it between them, but they haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. But I think we've seen a picture, and I think it looked like they had lots of fun, and they also looks like they may have had quite nice weather as well, which you never can be sure. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about that. We should be catching up with them both this week at some point. And then next Sunday, we're all going to they're all coming over. And we've booked for us to go to the pub nearby for Sunday lunch to celebrate our anniversary. So we can celebrate it with the family. It's not something we do very often, but we thought this was a big enough one to warrant saying, come and celebrate with us. Usually it's kind of a private thing that we do. We don't make a big deal about our anniversaries usually, but it felt like we should make a bit of a big deal of this one. It is a big deal. 40 years, I think. So yeah, they seem to be very happy to come and celebrate with us. Right, I'm just going to do this last one. I think the best thing now, if I just finish them off camera, because this is going to be tedious to watch for any length of time, and I've still got all of these to cut out, and then I'll just come back at the end and show you the little pile that we've got. So I didn't want this to be a long video today because, you know, we've only just got back from our holiday. I've still got all the unpacking to do. I just wanted to pop in as it looked like a sort of challenge that wouldn't take too long to just do a little bit, catch up with you all, and yeah, move on. Be able to upload this video so that I can keep on top of the challenges, because I was able to watch it while I was away, so I knew what I had to do. At least I hope I've got it right. Well, I only watched it once. I hope this is kind of where we are, where we were just making labels with script and, you know, other bits on like that. Anyway, I will carry on cutting these out and I will show you what I've got in a minute. Right, so there you go. It takes no time at all to build up a really interesting little stash of labels of all sorts, different colours, different styles. Yeah, it's really fun to do. I'd have made more if I had the time and the energy with my arm to cut all these out. But yeah, you could make some really quickly, I think. And they're lovely. I love them. This is the stamp, in case you're interested, this stamp that I've used. It's actually a French make, apparently, called Florilège Design, but I just bought it from Amazon. So that was the big one. And then two of the little ones, as I mentioned, these two are from the Field Note set by Tim Holtz. And the other little ones are from, I think this is a Kaisercraft set called Polaroid, and that was just that long, narrow one. And then this is by Craft Asylum Candy. I mean, there's just ones I just happen to have in my stash, so that was those two little labels there. So I'm sure if you look at some of your sets, maybe you'll have a few labels dotted about here and there. But yeah, if you like using labels, this is a really great way to do it, and every single one will be different. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.